What's happening, everybody? Welcome to Off the Rails, a recovery podcast dedicated to ending the stigma of addiction through open discussion on all things recovery related. My name is Mark.
My name is Dave.
Today we're shooting the sober shit.
Shooting it a little different look probably than people are used to, as I'm in Lethbridge visiting my man here.
Dave pulled through. Very happy to have him here. It's our first shooting the sober shit. I don't think we have released our. Are we releasing our? When we coffee talking.
Oh yeah, maybe a coffee talk will be released. Yeah, Jared has a bit of a migraine and can join us today.
He has a migraine, and get this, he has to work tomorrow.
He's got to work tomorrow, which we understand. He doesn't normally work Fridays, I don't think, but I guess he's working tomorrow.
Busy man.
And it's going to make this shooting the shit a little bit difficult because typically Mark and I and Jared, we can all get caught up on our weeks as we aren't together. But Mark and I being together the last 4 days, we kind of know what's been going on with us for the week. So I guess we just update the people.
Yes.
Yeah.
This has been the best 4 days since the last time I spent 30 days with you.
Yeah.
Well, we spent 2 days together, I guess, in the Sioux.
Yeah, that was fun. That was fun too.
Yeah, that's a whirlwind. Always a pleasure.
Yeah, it feels like knowing you forever.
I agree.
And yeah, super happy. Can't wait for you to come visit
I can't wait.
again. And we still got a couple more days of some activities, some fun we got planned here too. So
It's been a great week so far.
yeah, I want to recap what we've done our week.
Well, first I want to start off and I want to talk about your experience traveling here.
Yes.
And I want to hear about that first class.
Okay, so I don't know if I should say this because if any of I don't think my siblings really listen to this anyway. So part of my birthday gift was I used my parents' points for the flight to get here. And when my mom was booking it, she was like, "Oh, should I book you business class?" I was like, "Okay, sure." So she was like, "Yeah, for the way there, and then coach on the way back." I'm like, "Wow, you can't do it. You gotta do business class both ways. You can't have me go business class and coach on the way back." So business class, and I on the way here, and it was pretty awesome. I don't know that I can go back to flying the regular peasants.
Now,
which is me, but
now, so when he told me the story, I was thinking, just like the curtained off section. But
yeah.
we're talking one of those like little hubs where you get to close the door.
No, you don't get to close the door
You don't get to
individually.
close the door?
No, it is a roped off curtain, but you got your own
Hub.
hub area.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so no one's really.
I thought you had this little sliding door that like you slid across so people couldn't disrupt you.
No.
Oh, okay.
So maybe I was maybe I wasn't.
No, but you
great.
still lay down though, like flat.
Oh yeah, you still get your recliner. So you get your big TV. There's no one beside you. I got the aisle beside me. There was a guy beside me, but he'd be like kind of like further than the couch there.
Yeah.
And you get your own space, and your chair reclines, or you can go right back into a bed. And had a great meal, some gnocchi, and you get free alcohol, which years before would have been great. I had a couple Diet Cokes, and that was just as good.
Did you find it difficult when they came around and asked for drinks?
No, I wouldn't say difficult. It was like, I mean, one, it was early in the morning. I was never really a morning drinker, except for in the summer times and stuff like that. But typically on a day to day, I hadn't gotten to that point where I was drinking in the morning. That being said, going on vacation, I probably would have had one. So I didn't find it too difficult, no. And then walking by the bars and stuff like that, I kind of out of sight, out of mind a little bit. I didn't really focus on them too much. I stand in line for a Tim's coffee for about 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes, and it felt longer than going through security, so I got out of that line and just went to a mom and pop shop type place right beside there. at the airport and got a coffee there. So arrived here. Mark picked me up.
A stormy day in southern Alberta.
Yes.
I told Dave, guys, I told Dave it was going to be nice in Alberta, and it's not. It's so cold. It's been in the minus 20s all week,
Yeah. Yeah.
and yeah, I'm really sorry about that, man.
It's good. I'm used to it, but yeah, it was a little tough to pack because I didn't want to do a carry-on, or sorry, I didn't want to check a bag. So I just had my carry-on. So to pack a lot of like winter clothes was a little tough, but making do, and yeah, all that matters is that we're getting some time to visit, and I got to meet Mark's fam here, Becca and Mila, which has been fantastic. She's a little cutie, that Mila, and yeah, Rebecca's taking care of me nicely here, make me feel right at home. So it's been great. Yeah,
It's been a pleasure having you.
yeah. Thank you.
No problem.
Hope I've been an okay guest.
You've been awesome. It's
Thank
been
you.
great having you here. Me and Dave have been crushing the gym.
Yep.
Um, what else we do?
Which is nice. We talked about it on the coffee,
Oh,
but
yeah.
the facility Mark has here in Lethbridge is amazing.
Yeah, I'm really pumped on that. That's one of my favorite.
Yeah, like the YMCA, it's got like it's got this track all the way around at the top, which overlooks basketball courts, volleyball courts, pickleball court. Like
Yeah,
it's
badminton
friggin'
courts.
amazing. And then the gym area is incredible. Crazy swimming pools. Yeah, it's real nice.
Couple rinks,
Couple rinks.
curling rink,
Yeah,
2 hockey rinks. It's a sweet gym.
yeah, yeah. So
Yeah, I'm very, very happy to have access to that. And I think I probably mentioned it before, but like I want, like, where I grew up didn't have like that kind of facility or anything. And I really want Mila to be able to grow up and have access to stuff like that.
yeah, yeah. I think. I mean, well, when we were over there the one day, I think it was like the lunchtime for the high school that's right there, or public school. I don't know.
Oh yeah, and we had that conversation. We were like, imagine having this.
Yeah,
Like,
having that rate, because I think they must have a deal because there were so many kids in there like using the basketball court and volleyball court and just being active, and I was like, man, it's such a nice thing to have right there and have access to keep kids kind of, you know, out of trouble, but also active, and
yeah.
so yeah, incredible.
What else we do? We did an escape room
Yes,
yesterday. That was awesome, man.
a lot of fun.
Yeah.
3 of us.
We needed a little extra time, but we figured it out eventually.
We did, and I did one in Michigan a couple weeks ago, and I would say if I had to rate them as far as difficulty, the one in Michigan was like as far as what I've done, I've only done 2.
Yeah.
It was like a 5, and the one we did the other day here was like a 9.
Yeah, it was difficult.
It was difficult.
And after that, guys, we went to a Lethbridge Hurricanes game. That was fun.
Playing St. Albert. That's another nice rink they got there too.
Yeah, it's a really nice facility. I don't know enough about hockey. I was telling Dave. Dave's like, you can see Dave's brain working when he's watching the hockey game. And he's like, you see what that guy did? And I'm like, bro, I'm trying to follow the puck. I'm just trying to keep up with the puck, really.
Yeah. No, it's it was fun. It was fun. You know, I don't know any of the players out here. Sometimes when I'm watching junior hockey back home, I'm at the point now where some of the kids I've coached are in the OHL and or Tier 2. So I find that a lot of fun when you can kind of watch a kid that you used to coach and kind of zero in on him and kind of see how he's doing. So,
Speaking of which, you did get to catch up with a couple former.
oh yeah,
Players
that
this
was really
week.
cool. Yeah, I forgot. That's been since we recorded. So on the weekend, I was down in Toronto. On the Saturday, there was some guy I used to coach with, and he was actually my boss at Canland, and then I coached with him and I was the head coach. He was the assistant coach, and his son was on the team. We had a real good team. A lot of those kids are still playing junior, and one kid just got drafted to the NHL. Actually, two kids on the OHL, and but anyway, I got to see them play tier two. There was Toronto Patriots and the Pickering Panthers, and one kid on each team we used to coach. So we got to watch them play, and it was super cool to see. Got a little picture with them after. I hadn't seen the one guy in like 5 years probably. So turned into little men, and yeah,
That's
very
awesome,
cool.
man.
Very cool.
Pickering Panthers, man. You spit that one out. That was good. Good
Pickering
pronunciation.
Panthers.
That's a mouthful. Pickering Panthers.
Yeah, sir.
So, we did that. Today we kind of took it easy. We're getting ready for an interview tonight.
Yep.
Yeah.
Big interview tonight.
And tomorrow we're getting some tattoos.
Yes, sir.
Then we're going for a trip. We're either going to Waterton National Park or
Montana.
Montana.
Yes.
Your boy washed his passport out, so we'll see if they let me in.
Yeah. Either way, it's gonna be that's gonna be awesome. Looking forward to that. And Mark's been waking up every morning. He lets me sleep in a bit here, and still hitting the soup kitchen every day.
I do. I got lunchtimes off though for you,
Yeah.
which has been nice. I'm enjoying the once a day there far more than twice a day.
How's it been there this week?
Very, very busy. I also never talked about having a Narcan that guy last week.
Oh, you should probably talk about that if you want. If you want.
Yeah, it was really scary. Last Saturday, someone came banging on the door, and they're like OD. So I ran and got a couple of Narcan kits, and it was like the first time. Like I've seen people OD there, but it's always been like someone else is like treating them. But I was the first person there, so gave them 2 of the nasal Narcans and nothing. So then we loaded up, and I had to inject them with the other 2 injectable Narcans. And we got them back. It was awesome that, came out in a positive manner. But it was really scary, man. It kind of messed me up all day. And, he was mad when he came to, which is, like, that messed with me a lot all day. He's like, fuck off, guys, like, whatever. And I guess he didn't know what was going on, or, now he's going to be dope sick. But I think that's way better. I think it's better than the alternative, man. And I don't know, that messed me up a bit that day.
Yeah, I could see that.
But it's amazing that, without Narcan there, it'd be a different story.
Yeah.
It's always important to have on hand. So if, you or someone are using drugs, you should have a Narcan kit regardless.
Yeah.
I keep one in my car.
Oh, you do?
I do, man.
Yeah.
Well, man, I know like a lot of people here now, and pretty much downtown Lethbridge, there's a lot of drug use, man.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, it's like if you got one in your car, you could save a life, right?
Yeah.
And that could be the difference between someone living or someone dying.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it's interesting because it's no different. I mean, it's really no different, and it is different, but it's kind of the same avenue as we used to have this first aid guy that did all our training, and he always keeps a defibrillator in his car, right? Because you just never know.
Yeah.
So same kind of
absolutely
concept, right?
Yeah, better to need it.
Yeah, better than not need it.
Yeah.
And have it.
Yes, than
need it.
Not have it.
Not have it.
Yeah, that's it. That's the same.
We got it.
Yeah.
No, did you ask any was there anyone to talk to from the soup kitchen that's kind of had a little more has done it a few times? Is that a common reaction to some?
Yeah. And I was even talking to one of the regular girls that goes there, and I was explaining to her, I was like, why was he mad at me? Like, she was like, I would have punched you. I'm like, what the
Yeah.
What? She's like, it's better, like, and because you're instantly dope sick, and like that's a horrible feeling, and then they can't get high for a while. But I don't know, man. I don't know if it's that like, because I can relate to being like really self-centered, and kind of when I was an addict or like inactive addiction, I guess, and um, not when I was an addict, because I'm still an addict. But you think very selfishly, and it's all about you. And I don't know. You don't really value. I didn't. Well, I didn't anyway. Value my life,
Right.
right? And I think that might be the case in a lot of those situations. But it's sad, man. It's, regardless, it's a person and it's someone's family member, and
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, you did good. You did good, my friend.
it was a lot to take in that day. But just glad he's okay.
Yeah.
And I've seen him there since. Now we got this thing.
Yeah. You said you saw him later that day.
Yeah, seen him every day
Watch.
since. But so yeah, that was tough.
So, you want to talk about Madeline?
Madeline, aka Happiest Sober, was our most recent guest. I loved her episode. She was a great guest.
Yes. She was nice.
And fellow Canadian.
Shout out.
Yeah. Yeah, she was awesome. And
Yeah, before I forget, I was just noticed that we knew she had a podcast she does with someone else.
called Sip Talk. Check it out.
And she also has her own, and she didn't mention it. Maybe she wasn't prepared to release it so soon, but she has her own podcast. I'll have to look into it a little more because I literally just looked at it.
Right before we started.
We started, yeah, and I was like, wait, she's got her own podcast? So
Yeah, do you got the name of it there?
it's under her her Instagram name.
Ooh, Happiest Sober. So check that out.
Podcast.
You can follow her on Instagram at Happiest Sober. And
She also has a cool. She didn't want to announce it yet because she's just announcing it. She just announced it this past weekend, but she's doing
oh yeah, group meetings.
group meetings
That's something she's planning for the future.
for Christmas time. She wants to do. She wants to do some meetings for assistance at the holiday season times.
Yeah, holidays can be very tough, and that's an incredible resource for anyone staying sober. You know what? Like, there's one part in her episode, Dave, where she's talking and she says sometimes people are critical over it or
Yeah.
whatever when you say, like, you don't drink or, and I don't think it doesn't matter where you fall on that continuum. To me, if someone makes a choice to get sober, doesn't matter how they did it, doesn't matter, where they are on that continuum or whatever. They're making that choice for them, and I don't think it's anyone's right to try to kind of like knock you down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I agree.
Doesn't matter if you're like a gray area drinker or, you are as far into addiction as you can be, right?
Yeah.
If you're making a change for the better for yourself, then that's something that should be applauded to me. And
I think it can be sometimes maybe either someone that's jealous that hasn't done it themselves yet, hasn't gotten to a point where they've gotten sober, or maybe someone that potentially had a very rough time and thinks that person had it easier, and they're doing the comparing thing, and that's a kind of I think a bad road to go down and doing that, because you don't really know what that person went through. You don't know what their life was like. So to sit there and criticize and say that someone had it, it's not as difficult for them to quit drinking than someone else is.
it's not really fair.
It's not fair. It's not accurate.
Yeah, and like we, we've had comments on our Instagram in the past where they'd be like, "This person's not even this or whatever," but like they're getting better, man, and I don't know. I think that needs to be said.
Yeah, I did like that she gave the context though of where she was at though.
Yeah.
Which, she said she doesn't identify as an alcoholic, so I think that's helpful. And she had a great line that we threw on Instagram. I thought it was great there anyway. That just kind of, you don't have to be an alcoholic if you're in that gray zone, and alcohol is kind of an issue for you. Then doing something about it is probably a good thing. She said it much more eloquently, but
Yeah, that was a sweet answer.
Yeah, and I think that's helpful for people to hear that.
Yeah. And we've had this conversation before, I know, and it's also important to share the wide range of stories because, you know, if you're a gray area drinker and you are, I think, looking for reinforcement that it's okay to quit drinking, right?
Yeah,
Then here's a perfect example of that.
yeah,
Very well
excellent guess.
spoken.
Very polite, good energy, nice. Tell she's like a positive. She likes positive people and positive
Oh
energy
yeah,
around her.
she
Eh?
has that
She didn't
sober
say,
energy, man.
yeah, shut up. But like someone that just is all about. And I'm speaking. She didn't really mention this ever, so I'm kind of speaking for her.
Okay, I like this.
But she seems like a person that is very much very positive, wants positive vibes around, positive people, positive energy, which I think everyone potentially does. I mean, I do too, but some people kind of live and breathe it a little bit more than others.
Yeah.
It's kind of the vibe I got anyway.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Or she attracts that energy because she's so positive herself.
That could be true.
Maybe I don't know. Read like 5 pages of the laws of attraction, so whatever.
And
And yeah, we only had 1 week to catch up on, really, guys. So
when we and I'm finding it a little difficult because I've been with you the whole time.
it's been awesome.
Yeah, that's been awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, for the sharing of the information to the listeners.
All right, everybody. I think that's probably going to be it for this quick, short and sweet episode of Shooting the Sober Shit. My name's Mark. This is Dave. And we hope that if you or someone you know is struggling, please reach out and ask for help. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, all the good stuff. And thanks so much for listening.